What is up? My name is Jake, and this is my 2026 gear demo, which is crazy. I'm getting old. But I wanted to start off with the bedrock of my tone, which this year has been a little bit of a shakeup for me. I just recently went back to real amps, and I couldn't be more excited about it. So the two amps that I'm running, I've got a Bad Cat Cub V, the EL34 40-watt version, and I run it on the EF86 preamp tube. So it's a little bit more, slightly darker, slightly more gainy and punchy. The 12AX7 is more glassy and tight. And so I really love that EF86 preamp channel. It's just super, super cool. This amp is just unbelievable. It has a lot more headroom than a lot of other amps like it. Stays clean for a lot longer, and the gain is super, super tight. And then the legend over here, this is the Bad Cat Aero 30. And the Aero 30 is, you know, the final amp made by, designed from the ground up by Mark Sampson. So kind of an homage to the DC30, if you will. And I use the blended channels with this one, where it's got the EF86 channel and the 12AX7 channel. I run the EF86 channel just slightly dirtier than the 12AX7 channel, and blended together, it just gives a really amazing 3D feel. It's got an insane amount of output. The amp's got headroom for days. And both of these together in stereo, you just get this really sweet breakup that I just really love. And it makes your effects sound super wide. They decay slightly differently. They're just super well matched. So I couldn't be happier with my choices. And I've been a Bad Cat fan for years now, ever since I played a Hot Cat 30 way back in the day. And it was just such a sick sounding amp. And I was like, oh, okay, Bad Cat's got it going on. So let me hop over to the pedal board and I'll show you what I got going on there. All right, so those are the amps. Love those amps. I've been really excited about them this year. The past couple of weeks that I've gotten to use them, it's been unbelievable. And I've just been really excited about the responsiveness, the tone. It's been super, super cool. So I still have my ToneXs on the board, and I still use those, especially when I play other places than my home church, but been really loving having real amps. So this is my Gretsch White Falcon. It's my main guitar. If you want to see the other guitars, I went over all of them in my first gear demo, I think it was. So you're welcome to check that out if you want to see what other guitars I have. I haven't gotten any new ones, unfortunately. But this is my main guitar. So let's walk through the pedal board, and I'll give you a couple of sound examples. Some of it you've heard before, and it won't be as exhaustive as some of the other demos I've done, but hopefully should give you a good idea of what's going on here. So first thing in the signal chain, when we're looking at the pedal board, I've got a little American Loopers, just a box that is on the side here, and I plug my guitar into that. It runs through that box, and another cable comes out that plugs into the tuner side of my Schnobeltone modded volume pedal that has a Sonic Research tuner in it. And these are super cool. I don't think he makes them anymore, but if you ask him really nicely, maybe. Comes out of the tuner side, and it hits my DSM Humboldt ClearComp. Out of the ClearComp, it goes into the bump side of the Black Bobbin Boost. And out of the Black Bobbin Boost, that is where we finally make our way to the RJM, which is just the heart and soul of the board. So when we're looking at the RJM, we have my overdrives, and we've got my pitchfork and all that kind of stuff. So loop 1 is the pitchfork. The pitchfork is super dope. Let me turn that on real quick, and I'll give you an idea of what it sounds like. I use it kind of like my Digitech whammy kind of a vibe. So you've got your regular tone. There you go. Sounds really aggressive too when you use it on some other applications as well. So that's the pitchfork. Out of the pitchfork, we have loop number 2, which is my Morning Glory. Morning Glory is just my favorite pedal of all time. I used to have one on my board years ago, and it was one of my first pedal boards ever. And then I got rid of it because I wanted to try other stuff, and I came running back. This one's modded by Rogue Rehousing, and it has the red remote switch built in to the top. So really cool, love that. And so here's what my Morning Glory sounds like. I'll give you a clean tone first. I keep the ClearComp and the Black Bobbin bump side on just about all the time. And here's the Morning Glory. And then the next loop is my Benson Preamp. Next loop is my 1981 drive. Next loop is the hog. And before I get to the hog, that Morning Glory, Benson, and 1981, I think of those like my first, second, third stage drives. And the hog is like it's an accessory drive where I can play really dirty but without having to be as loud as I am with the 1981. So here's what that sounds like. Cool pedal. Then I've got my sick-as overdrive. I try to have it not too different than my clean tone, but just a little bit of extra bump. And I use the sick-as as kind of like a rhythm overdrive. So when I'm playing like cowboy chords and stuff like that, that's when I'm most likely to turn on the sick-as. So I'll start off clean. Here's my clean tone. Turn on the sick-as, and I just think it sounds sweet. Very cool. I've been using that pedal for many years now, and it's been a favorite of mine. So here's the broadcast. The broadcast is what I use kind of as my fuzz pedal. And so broadcast is a super cool pedal. It kind of does that whole console thing. And so when we're looking at the broadcast, here's what that sounds like. And sometimes I'll even turn off the high gain side, and then it becomes a super saturated but like kind of MIDI gain, like or mid gain overdrive. It's one of my favorite overdrives. When I first got this pedal, I strongly debated having two of them. So coming out of that's one of the last loops that has the overdrive in it. So when it comes back, it hits my my boost pedal, which is the boost side of the black Bobbin boost. I have the gain all the way off, good amount of output, and a decent amount of tone. And so here's with the boost off, and then here's with the boost on. It's really cool. I think it's based off of like an EP booster kind of thing. So it's kind of adds some mojo, but it's like kind of transparent-ish. Like I don't really care about all that stuff. It just sounds good, and I like it with all my overdrives. So then the next thing that we've got going on is we hit the insert loop. The insert loop has my GFI Synesthesia in it and the H90. It goes into the Synesthesia, or Synesthesia, however you say that. It goes into it mono, comes out of that stereo, and stereo into the H90, stereo out, back into the insert loop. And then once it leaves the insert loop of the RJM Mastermind, that's when we hit the LVX, the Mercury X, and then it hits my ToneXs, which are currently off because I'm running those real amps, and then it goes into the Goodwood Audio Longline back to that RCV we saw earlier. So let me show you real quick just a couple of sounds with the Synesthesia. This is clean tone. Here's a little chorus and tremolo. Here is my favorite, which is the eighth note delay, or dotted eighth note delay on my H90. And I've got the tape echo as my A, the one in the A slot on this one. And then the B slot is the sticky tape, which is sort of like that Strymon Deco thing. And it's just the sweetest sounding dotted eighth delay. I just love that tone. A couple other cool things. Here's a stock preset actually that came with the Synesthesia, or with the H90, and I just love this one. It's super cool. Called the Entanglement. It's got ultra tap and a tremolo reverb, which is beautiful. This is one I made called the Ambient Drone. There's nothing else on with it, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like, but when you add in the other reverb and things like that, it's really nice when you're just like droning on the one for a long time or something, but Great pedal. I can't wait to dive into it more. Frankly, I'm a seminary student right now, and so I got this pedal while I was still in school and didn't get to dive in as much as I'd like. So real quickly, let's go over how I have my RJM set up. So this is my presets page. So when I'm looking at songs, I can go to the song we played today. We played The Joy, and I've got all my basic presets in there, pre-chorus, chorus. This is an original song for FHC Music called More of You, Jesus, or it's actually just called More of You. And you can see I've got the verses. After that, I've got the chorus. But in the bridge, I do something kind of interesting where when I click that preset, it automatically takes me into the page with my overdrives. That blue light is always on, even if it's clean, so it takes me clean. And so, or that blue light's on whenever I switch to this, but anyway. So, and I start off clean, but then I get to build it with the song and the dynamic as the bridge builds, add in that overdrive. When I'm done, I just go right back to the preset page by pressing down on my Pedalnetics switch, and then I hit the final chorus. And this song just has some really fun tones in it. So here's what the verses sound like in the song. I play guitar 2, guitar 1, something like that. And then the chorus sounds really cool. Here's the example. It's clean right now, even though that blue light's on. And then I can hit this, and there's my first over. One more. And I can switch back, and there's that final chorus. And what I like about this setup is I have a lot of flexibility because, for example, when we played Gratitude today, I wanted to make sure I could switch over. So when I was in the final chorus that has tons of reverb and delay and all that stuff, I was able to click in real quickly and just go straight to clean, but I wanted to keep that same tone so it wouldn't be as jarring. And it was just nice because then I could flow really easily. But I love a lot of these tones here in Gratitude. And that's not even, that's the one after the big chorus. If you want the actual chorus tone, it's this one. A little more vibrato. So, a lot of cool stuff there. Let's go through again. Let's also talk about how my preset pages are set up. So I have a little blank song, and it's called Baseline, and that's where I just have my overdrive stages, something super simple, so that way when I flow, I've got something quick that I can go to that's not sending tempo in case I need to change it. I hit the function button, and these are all my overdrives. Whenever I first go to function, even if I'm clean, this light's always on, but I can click the clean button, which makes it clean and turns that light off. But there's my Morning Glory, Benson Preamp, 1981 drive. There's the Hog, Sick As, hold this button down, broadcast, and I can add boost whenever I want. If you notice, if I hit any other overdrives, the previous one turns off because I don't stack overdrives. I can add the boost and that'll stay, but I do not stack overdrives. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just don't. So then I've got some control where I can turn the insert loop on and off on my sides page, page number 3. I can turn from the A preset to the B preset on the Synesthesia, and then I can go over here, I can turn on the DSPY or DSPX. I can also page up and down on the Synesthesia. So makes it just super easy to navigate and define where you want to be. So then from there, I've got the H90 control, a couple of things here. This one pages me down, this one increments me up, this one engages or disengages the preset on the H90, and then this one right here turns on the, gosh, my brain. So it turns on either side of the preset. So I've got the tape echo on one side, the sticky tape on the other. This is the tap tempo, and it controls all my time-based effects. So my Synesthesia, my H90, my LVX, the tap tempo controls them all. And then sometimes I just really love when I've got, you know, some big fat chord and I finish something else. The tremolo comes before the wet effect, so it's nice and subtle when you use it like that. So that's nice whenever I want to add in some tremolo. So that's how I've got all my preset pages set up. And then just to dive in just a smidge, let me turn some of this reverb off. I've got some really cool, just like different presets in here, and a lot of them came from Kenyon Reed. And so his presets were just fantastic, and this pedal's kind of scary. And so it was nice to have a good starting place. But if you turn off reverb, turn off delay, here's what Mod Pulse, this is a Kenyon Reed preset, what that sounds like. Oop, I should probably put my volume pedal down. Tap tempo this sucker real quick so that way I can better anticipate what it's going to do. So got a lot of like reverby vibes in it, which I like. There's also this other one, Poly 3 Tap, another Kenyon Reed one that I like, and it's similar but not quite as wild. Very fun. And so there's a couple other cool delays in here as well that do cool things, but those are the ones I use the most. But let's dive in as well to the Mercury X, which is just a super wide, it's just like one of the widest reverbs I've ever used. I got a bunch of Kenyon Reed stuff in here, and I've tweaked them so that way they're more my own. But one I wanted to show you is actually one that I got from the Sound Shop Co. Shout out Sound Shop Co. and Michael Pope. This is just, the Atlantis is such a cool reverb that is just super wet without getting in the way of your playing. So that's everything on the pedal board. Obviously there's a lot of other sounds and things it does, but just wanted to give you the overview. It's been a while since I've done a pedal board run through. This whole board is powered by Canvas Power, and it's been fantastic. It's on a Creation Music Aero 32, and it's just amazing. So been really blessed and love to get to serve at my church. So guys, thank you so much and hope you enjoyed the video.